Hey everyone. So I really want to focus with this video on the concept of perception. Um, as a business owner, especially in the service-based arena, there's very little trust on the front end when somebody is kind of seeking out your services for the first time, because people have been burned before in the past. They've been overcharged. Uh, they've been left with a sour taste in their mouth so many different times. So people, I think, inherently have their guard up when they're looking for a particular product or service. So if you're in the construction space, contracting, home improvement, development, all these types of services can be very expensive. So when there is a prospect or a potential customer in your sphere that is in the market for your services, they're going to do their due diligence and ensure that to the best of their ability, they feel like they're getting into an arrangement and a partnership with somebody that they could really trust. Now, most people, most times, can develop those relationships over time because they're doing good work and their product or service is excellent and they can stand behind that. But how do you develop that trust early and quickly, especially when your product or your service is very expensive? It's the $1 million question, right? How do you do that? Well, it all begins and ends, frankly, with perception. So when somebody's Googling a particular service and they're met with dozens of companies essentially doing the same thing, yeah, they can look at Google reviews and they could look at your website, and you could have a lot of qualifiers or a lot of credibility building assets on your website to help establish that trust and improve perception. But ultimately, reading and scrolling through images and just kind of the standard print marketing, things like that, have a 10% retention rate. So if you're expecting somebody to read walls of text or even a little bit of text, the chances of them actually A, reading it, and B, retaining the information you want them to is slim to none, frankly. You have a very low percentage chance of them actually going through all of your uh, talking points and images and before and afters, things like that. Um, in fact, images have a better retention rate than reading. So you have to convey your value proposition in some way. So the easiest way to do this and the most effective way to do this is to utilize video, because video has a 90% retention rate. So assuming you are putting out compelling video assets that speak to and resonate with your target audience and alleviate their pain points and establish you as a leader, then they're going to have a far better initial feeling of trust and credibility with you and your brand, because video has amazing properties and allows for people to uh, understand what it is you do, but more importantly, why you do it. Tell this to a lot of people that people buy more so the why behind your business than the what, because the what is clear. Okay, if you are a home builder, it doesn't take much uh, reference, or it doesn't take much digging to really know very early on what this company does, because it's obvious. We build homes. But if you are leading with a strong story that allows people to, um, that, I almost want to say leaves you vulnerable in that you're exposing the why behind your business. Why did you get into this? Why are you exceptional at what you do? And that's where visual storytelling comes into play. You don't need much in terms of conveying the value. If you have a media partner or a video producer or a content creator on your side that has a strong partnership with you and has a vested interest in seeing you succeed, then they're going to create stories that people can engage with, that will allow for cold prospects who do not know you to feel a bond because you are letting them in on your story, right? I can tell very quickly if I'm in the market for web development services. I do a quick Google and I'm met with thousands of options. I can go on Fiverr or Upwork or onlinejobs.ph or half a dozen other uh, services like these that just give me an endless, inexhaustible supply of people with that skill set. How do I determine who I want to move forward with? Yeah, there's a bit of camaraderie and you want to feel good about the person, but If I see a video of somebody's story, I feel a connection with them. And if the story ultimately makes me feel like their journey has brought them to a place where they are exceptional at what they do, and I understand that very quickly, I'm going to feel a connection. I'm going to want to talk to them. It's very, very important that your perception is optimized and that people that are kind of checking you out for the first time are met with storytelling assets that allow them to consume what it is you do and why you do it very quickly, very easily, and content that simplifies and streamlines your process. Because by the time they get on the phone with you, they have a connection that any other prospect wouldn't have. If I'm just doing a quick Google search and I give you a call on the phone, you're going to just get looky-loos or low ballers or people, hey, how much is it? How long is it going to take, right? But if somebody's watched a cinematic video of your company's story and you are the star of that story, when they get on the phone with you, they feel like they know you and they can connect with you in a different way. So that's one of many reasons to utilize things like video for the front end of your marketing, because it allows cold prospects who don't know you to feel better about the prospect of working with you. And when you rely on text and when you rely on images, you're not going to get that same sort of connection early on. So it allows for a quicker and easier and shorter sales cycle. For my business, for New Cape, I'm making a much larger effort to create bigger and better content for my own purposes, for my own business, because I want to enhance and improve upon that perception level. Candidly and frankly, part of the reason why I've been on YouTube for 7 or 8 years, but I haven't been actively posting or creating YouTube content because uh, I suppose I just was relying on my website and my social media and things like that. But YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world next to Google. So when people are seeking out any particular product or service, a lot of times they're going to YouTube for that. And YouTube's a wonderful place to be, especially for me as a video producer, but for any company, because everybody's on YouTube. Everybody and anybody is on YouTube all over the world. People have YouTube channels or they watch YouTube content. It's become very commonplace, very mainstream. I personally love YouTube. I probably watch more YouTube than anything else. But that said, when I am vetting out a new vendor or a new client or a new potential client or whatever it might be, I do often find myself going to YouTube. So creating videos and having videos be prevalent on my YouTube channel is very important because it's all part of the background check. So it's all part of that kind of process of let me look at your website, let me look at your social media channels, let me look at your YouTube. And if they're met with strong visual storytelling, what do you think that's going to do for their perception? It's going to improve it immensely, right? Because they can see this person's out there, they're expert, they're speaking on behalf of the problem that I need solved, and they seem like they know how to solve it. So immediately I feel more of a connection, but I also feel that higher perceived trust and value because the person is demonstrating via video and via through their stories that they are capable and willing and capable to take on your project and not only succeed, but hit it out of the park. So if you do lean on video the way I do and the way my clients do to kind of do your initial selling for you, it can act as your hungriest salesperson working for you 24/7. It really can because, you know, any time of the day or night, any holiday, it doesn't even matter. I mean, like you never really know when a potential client or customer is checking you out. And we have video on the back burner. Doesn't matter if they're checking you out at 3 in the morning and you're sleeping. The video is doing that work for you. So they're warming up cold prospects and allowing you to have a better initial connection. So coming full circle, come around the mountain here. Video is incredibly important and it allows for improved and increased and enhanced level of trust and credibility that you really can't achieve anyway else. And that's why marketing budgets for video have skyrocketed over the last 3 to 4 years, especially with the advent of social media becoming essentially like the primary modality of people consuming content. You got to have content for your company, right? It's like anything else. Everybody has become a content creator now, not because it's in vogue. I mean, yeah, it is, but also because there's legitimate positive impacts and byproducts of putting out video. It's not just about trust and credibility and perception, but it shows you as an expert and it allows you to demonstrate your past work and really highlight, like customer testimonials and impact stories and different ways in which you've had profound effects on the different people that you're working with. So yeah, I would say video is incredibly important. And if you are interested in talking about how to even use video in house, if you don't want to bring on a content creation team, or you don't want to hire a video production company, or you feel like you're not there yet, but you really do want to find ways to utilize video more effectively for your business, I have a private Facebook group I would love to invite you to, completely free. There's nothing there but information. We do free webinars, all different kinds of value that you can get from the private Facebook group. I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, really making an active effort to put out more content that I feel is valuable to people that might be in the market for video, because it's not just about, oh, we need content because we're at that place in our business. Our revenue's at a certain place and we're scaled to a certain place. So I guess the next logical step is content. There should be strategy behind the content and there should be purpose behind the content. And I'm happy to talk to you about how to achieve that. But I'm putting out a lot of videos on YouTube that kind of cover a lot of these topics. So great way to just kind of remain on the periphery and get some great information on video. I've been doing this for a long, long time. And, I just want to help in any way I can and impart expertise and wisdom that I've kind of acquired over the years and pass it off to business owners that may want to use video in-house. And then finally, if you just want to have a conversation with me or someone from my team about what it would look like to work together, what it would look like to put together some kind of a funnel or a mechanism to help video actually drive an intended result, whether that be more leads, better leads, improved brand awareness, enhanced brand perception, then I'm happy to talk to you about that as well. But my contact information and details on my company are available below. So check that out. Subscribe to this channel. Check out my company Instagram at UK Pictures, and feel free to request access to the Facebook group. There's a lot of great information there to impart as well. Thanks.